Hello, good afternoon from Glasgow. My name is George Laird and welcome to the Laird Report. Today's little piece is on Nicola Sturgeon and the independence referendum and the additional EU membership which Nicola Sturgeon wants to take Scotland into. Although Nicola Sturgeon has conceded that she wants to have a referendum eventually on Scottish independence, she's not willing to give Scotland a referendum on EU membership, which is quite extraordinary. Democracy in the SNP is, of course, non existent. We know this because members aren't allowed to criticise the ruling body, or particularly anybody else who's associated to the cult. But the fact that Nicola Sturgeon doesn't believe in giving Scots the right to have a referendum on EU membership is absolutely incredible. So why doesn't she want to do this? Well, the simple answer is, although she might think that in the long run she can win it, she really doesn't want to have any obstacles being placed in her way. She just wants to go straight through and basically just sideline the people of Scotland. This is what you would get in an independent Scotland. The people would effectively be shut out of politics completely, more than they are at the present moment. The reason that Nicola Sturgeon wants a second independence referendum is, of course, that in order to get one, she needs to comply with the UK as the power and authority. That means she needs to get a Section 30. But if Nicola Sturgeon didn't need to get a Section 30 order, would Nicola Sturgeon just press ahead with it? Would Nicola Sturgeon give the Scots a referendum when she didn't have a democratic mandate or the legality? I think that the SNP would have went ahead with a referendum if they could have got away with it legally. But since they can't, they're going to be magnanimous and put themselves forward for another Section 30. But they're not going to be as magnanimous when it comes to EU membership. Scots will not get a choice, and that should tell you everything you need to know about the SNP under the leadership of Nicola Sturgeon. So please do not buy into the nationalist lies. They're not there to help the people. They're not interested in the working class. And they have their own specific agenda. That is to break up the UK and to make sure that Scotland at the present moment is systematically destroyed, not just in the national services that we use, such as the health service, but also in council services, which have been steadily declining due to cuts coming from Holyrood. Glasgow, the second city of the empire, should be a flagship city, but as we're seeing in Glasgow, through a whole range of services, Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP don't care for the city, they don't care for the people, and they don't care to make a go of it here. Govan Hill, where Nicola Sturgeon represents, in effectively name only, is a slum. This is a type of neglect that the SNP bring to Scotland. And it happened right in the back door of the First Minister's constituency. Nicola Sturgeon, of course, does not stay in Glasgow Southside. She actually stays out in the East End of Glasgow. And she's got absolutely no problem letting the area which she's elected to run down. So if you're looking for somebody to vote for in this upcoming Scottish Council elections, can I make a suggestion? I have campaigned in a lot of different parties for a lot of different reasons. But in this election, I would say, please take your vote and vote for the Scottish Conservatives. If we can get a Scottish Conservative council in Glasgow, we can reinstate things like the proper collection of rubbish. Instead of having the 3-week service that we get at the present moment, we could go back to a 2-week service. Another issue would of course be the bulk uplift of refuge items, which is a plague on the city of Glasgow. So in this election, I'm voting for the Scottish Conservatives. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope that you will take some things from what I've said about the lack of democracy in the SNP and really mull over in your own mind, because things aren't going to get better under the SNP. They're only going to get worse. And I think it's time that we actually got ourselves to a situation where we can vote for another party to take over the running of Glasgow. I hope you find this of interest, and thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.